wants to go here. The early Viego, so high priority on that. Speaker was talking about this on the desk. He believes that is, that high priority pick that he thought Inspired was going to be going for. EG gave it over to TL last game around. This time, it's going to be first picked by TL, showcasing their priority on this. Wouldn't be surprised by the Ryze. This has been a really popular pick for Jojo, his most played throughout this year. EG likes to play in the 1-3-1. This is going to allow them to do that. It's also a pretty nice gank setup for your jungler in mid.
Point and click.
And Ahri is banned out. Speaker was talking about, hey, maybe take away some of the mobility from these mid lane champs from Bjergsen. Get him on something that's a little bit easier to kill. Get an aggressive mid jungle. Look to attack him. Ryze plus Lee Sin. You would have the setup. You would have the early game power to try to go right at Bjergsen. But of course, he has the option to match picks now to not get banned out further. We'll see where he would want to go with the Ahri taken off. He has mostly kind of defaulted to these scaling carry picks. Has been a lot of Corki, Viktor, Zillion, these types of champions. So we'll see if they are going to continue keeping priority on him and first rounding this pick.
Well, with Evil Geniuses picking up the Lee Sin here, that's telling me they're saying, all right, it wasn't a problem with the Lee versus Viego matchup. It was a problem that Lee couldn't get off the ground early on. The rest of the draft didn't enable Lee Sin to do his job.
And I tend to agree.
Team Liquid, they're going to take away the Xayah that Evil Geniuses played in the previous game since their own Jinx was banned out. And just as you were talking about, Bjergsen's going to be on one of these scaling control mage picks in the Viktor in the mid lane.
This is something that's much easier to attack, though, than the Ahri. And the Ahri, especially post 6, can stay very, very safe. MF would be an exciting pick, but you would have to pair it, pretty heavily with CC. I think going Vulcan's pick here makes a lot more sense.
So much.
Because they double banned him out last time around. It was Nautilus in their first round of bans. Then they banned out the Leona plus the Rakan in that second round. So he will be able to get this. It does mean, though, that there's likely going to be, some lost kind of prio for Danny. He maybe getting pushed down a little bit here.
Yep. I mean, Jinx, Zeri, both already off the table. The pick that he took in the absence of both of those last time around was also now taken away from him. So I'm curious what he's going to play into this. EG, they're going to ban out the Tom Kench. They saw how aggressively Core wanted to play that in the lane, gave him some headaches in game number 1.
It's interesting. I mean, EG is basically just banning out all the picks that TL played last time, right? It's 3 of their bans are just, kind of changing that strategy, saying, hey, these were all problems. We're going to take them away. Will there be another ban thrown towards Core, or will it be something targeting towards Bwipo, trying to ban away one of those safe blinds? Because Bwipo very likely will be picking blind here. Instead is, again, very similar to what TL's strategy was last time. They're banning away the Xayah Rakan pairing. But we'll see where Core wants to take us. Core has been pretty comfortable, I feel like, playing a lot of the Enchanters as well if he thinks that he can get a good matchup there. Thresh is still available. He could go towards something like Karma even if they wanted to go that route. It would require Bwipo to maybe blind pick a tank again to be able to give him some sort of engage. We'll see if that's going to be the option, as I expect AD will be locked here.
Banning out the Gnar from Team Liquid, even though Evil Geniuses will have the last pick, will have the counter pick, you would generally like to see something a bit more in your face than a Gnar would be. Such a comfortable blind.
But it's just not something that the Impact really does. Impact generally goes for these kind of solid picks, and it's going to be tough. So bringing out something new here.
That's what we wanted. And that's what I wanted to see.
They do have good lockdown to actually set up the MF ultimate, the bullet time there, set up for the Leona, the root from the Ryze to be able to hold these guys in place into that ulti is a very strong laner too, especially if you want to go the Comet route. There are a lot of different viable builds here. Okay, so it is going to be lots of engage again from TL.
Okay.
So they're just emphasizing scaling from mid and ADC, and they're going engage from support from top. So Alistar for Core. It's going to be a blind tank Gragas here for Bwipo. We'll see what Impact has in store to try to punish. Sylas would be a strong matchup into this. There's a lot of really good ults to steal. I actually love this as a 5th pick. Being able to take Alistar ultimate is one of the best ultis in the game to steal here. Oh, no. Okay, Graves.
My sadness is immeasurable and my heart has sunk.
I would actually love that pick. I'm a little bit sad we're not going to get it. Graves, much more of a comfort pick for him, but he does have a strong Sylas, and there's so many incredible ultimates to steal. But it will be, again, just playing the Graves top here, kind of similar to what he was trying to do last time, where he gets the push against the Ornn on the Gnar. It's very similar what you're trying to set up here. But I do think that Graves is going to struggle to team fight into what TL have drafted. It's very difficult when you're getting outranged by the Xayah, getting outranged by the Viktor. You have to play around the feathers, you have to play around the gravity field and the Viktor lasers. It's difficult for Impact to really get a lot done there. But they can play 1-3-1. They do have a pretty good wombo combo. Just not loving that 5th pick. Whereas on the other side, TL, again, drafting heavily for 5v5. Lots of engage. Tons of scaling for Bjergsen and Hans.
Yep, when you're in a position like this in a best of 5, it's up to the team that lost to make the changes, make the improvements. All right, let's rock and roll. Game number 2. Teams are on opposite sides this time around. Evil Genius is coming out of the red corner. They've got the Leona there for more solid, hard engage later on in the game. That's one thing that we felt they were sorely missing in game number 1. Impact up here on the final pick of the draft, Graves. I'm going to need to see a lot of value out of that as well.
Yeah, I think he's got to get a lot of value early because I do think you're going to struggle in the later stages to have value in the team fights. You are this relatively short-range marksman. It's very difficult to actually team fight into these champions to have a lot of threat beyond your range. When you're looking at Viktor, when you're looking at Xayah, even the engage, from Gragas and Alistar, if you're attacking, you're in range of that, and that's really, really dangerous. But EG have gone towards this many times. I'm thinking back to their FlyQuest loss a week or 2 ago. 5th picking Graves, kind of setting themselves up for what is a pretty similar situation where they prioritize push, they prioritize early game. But TL looking to try to recapture this brush. We'll take some damage here.
Okay. Base check from CoreJJ means he loses a couple hundred HP. Vulcan's going to get hit with a couple feathers as he walks his way out. So pretty even trade that'll slightly favor Evil Geniuses, but nothing too crazy.
And this is bugged. Core does have items. It's showing that he has no items there. It's showing he only has a minion dematerializer. But he does, in fact, have items as we get that updated. So no worries there. Didn't forget to buy.
Yeah, that would have been pretty unfortunate. Coming into game number 2, just whoops, no items.
You take a couple hundred damage, level 1, have no items.
Yeah, especially when you're on voice comms with 4 other people the whole time. You feel like somebody would have hit tab and been like, hey, dude, what the hell? You don't have an item. It's
Yep, but no worries. But he is down both his potions, right? And that is a big deal. Getting that early trade. EG did go pretty lane dominant, but you can see that Danny's spending a lot of mana here early on. The E is pretty expensive. It's actually 80 mana. You only start with 400, so you can only use it so many times there. He didn't do the tier start.
Ooh.
Free pot.
Bwipo just having a good time up here against Impact.
He's gonna get him.
Impact gets first blooded 2 minutes and 26 seconds into the game.
That is a disaster. It's a top diff. As wide Bwipo's just getting wider up on that top side. You can see it, his reaction.
He's into the river at this point. My man is really wide.
Oh, man. Inspired trying to wrap around here so they could look for the Flash Room Prison to set this up. Jojo's going to go.
There it is, but they do not get the CC in time. It'll be flash for flash. As soon as Bjerg sees that summoner spell, he knows what's coming, and he's out.
Yep, really quick flash there, reacting to it. But this is so problematic for EG on this top side. Already was not a fan at all of the Graves pick. Just compositionally what it does for them. But you have to have prio early on here. We're going to watch this one more time. Bwipo likely just playing around the minions, and you've got to be careful about this with Graves. He is level 2 first, but if the minions are in between you, Bwipo sidesteps a lot of that damage there, and he's keeping minions in between them. So a lot of these auto attacks just aren't really landing. The damage negation there, getting the grass procs, he has the W come back up one more time, and the bonk is going to do it. Just smart stuff from Bwipo, just dancing around the minions. And you can see it, man. He is the best player cam reaction.
Oh, my God. I love his reaction. It's like, oh, well, I guess you did that.
Well, that happened.
Oh, my goodness. Well, Bwipo knows that his lane just got handed to him on a silver platter. He is loving the current state of the top side there. Back down in bottom, Danny's mana bar is still the thing, feeling the hurt here on the misfortune.
Yep, and I am expecting him to go, lethality build. I do think that's the most common, but there's all kinds of builds you can go. Some people actually go, Leandry's as a mythic. You can go on hit as a mythic. You can go full lethality. Pretty much anything works on MF. It's kind of funny. Nice little path here, though, from Inspired. Has wrapped around. We'll see if Vulcan can find the flash. Almost feel like it has to be core because Hans is playing Cleanse. But I don't know if they think they're spotted and just aren't going to go for it. We'll see if they want to pull the trigger.
Well, Hans and Core are not backing up. I mean, they're not playing incredibly aggressively either, but
they're going to go.
All right, Inspired's coming around. Vulcan went for the Zenith Blade and missed. It has to be a flash Q or nothing now.
Yeah.
Might just wait the cooldown out.
It almost felt like he was trying to like, fake that he was going for it because that Zenith Blade wasn't even close. So I'm not sure if he was trying to, like, hope that they would pop a summoner or maybe even get a reveal of the jungler. They might be worried that Santorin could be on the side of the map or something. I'm not really sure. But EG, you know, a little bit gun shy on that engage. Not going to end up getting anything. Hans even gets the recall. EG moving top, though. They're going to try to look for this dive. Bwipo hasn't recalled, remember, but Santorin is here to answer, so this is not going to work.
Yeah, as soon as they see that mist crawl along the wall, they know they can't complete the dive, not in a clean way anyway. So Bwipo's going to be protected. Nicely done there from Santorin, recognizing where he needs to be.
Yeah, that's just really smart stuff, because while Bwipo did get that early kill, he hadn't got the benefit of spending that gold yet. As Core's trying to stop the crash, and he actually will. It's going to be no minions lost here, you know, for Hans. So Hans is going to get all the XP. Again, you know, managing this wave well. Danny's out of mana, so they can't actually threaten any sort of a kill. We'll see if Core wants to try to stop the recall whatsoever. It might be a little bit risky, so he's probably just going to try to stop Vulcan's recall and allow Danny to go home.
Yep.
Just let him go.
All right, cool. Nothing to it. Bwipo walking into the enemy jungle here. He'll sit down some vision. You can see that ward just got placed in the Krug pit, so that'll keep track of Inspired the next time he's around this part of the map. Early Warden's Mail for Bwipo. We've been seeing so much of this as just a laning phase item these days. Like the flat damage reduction goes a long way in terms of just making those trades feel so much better against a lot of champs.
I mean, it's way more, if your job is to just negate damage and survive, it's way more effective than Bramble Vest. So it's really a smart buy here. Bwipo, you know, even spotted Inspired. Pathing down, path towards the red. So, you know, he gets that ward down. They know that Inspired's going to be on bottom side now. You know, Core warding up, making sure that they can't actually be wrapped around on. And Bwipo just chunking him out on these trades. But that is a fat wave, and Impact does have Vamp, so he's going to try to get a bit of a return trade, going to try to keep that push going. But again, Bwipo doesn't even have to have pressure here, and ooh, nice dash.
Tried to knock him back there, but Impact getting out of the way in time is going to prevent any further difficulties with that one, at least for now. No Gragas ulti. At least you aren't going to feel the pressure of that one for the next minute or two.
Yeah, it's a big deal because Graves wants to shove in this matchup. And when you're playing under tower, you always have to pay respect to the Gragas ultimate. If you get ulted in, he clears the wave with the same damage that is being dealt to you. And that is scary. So Danny, early lethality, picks up the tier, so that's going to help some of those mana problems here.
Yeah.
But just not really seeming to get enough poke quite to...
He just never stops. Bwipo's always ready. Just jumps in there, and the combo takes half of Impact's HP. But with Inspired coming in, Bwipo might have bit off a little bit more than he can chew. Impact is going to be taken low. Is he going to die? Bwipo just barely misses out on it, and EG ties up the game.
Bwipo gives us another good reaction to their face palming. As he fails the flash, he was trying to wait out Inspired's Q, but I think he was just at too thick of a part of the wall. And now the wraparound here, no flash on Jojo. It looks like it's not up for another second or two. It's really close.
Oh man, Jojo wants to get the hell out of town. He uses a Summoner Spellbook heal and just walks it off.
Yeah, there was a couple seconds. His flash is still not quite up, so just about to be up now. So looking to really try to punish on the very end of that window. Vulcan and Danny have had push, so they have been able to establish Prio there. They were supposed to have Prio on top side, but because of that solo kill, it hasn't really been the case. Good to get a kill back, though, on Bwipo. They get that gold onto Impact, and keeping him relevant in that 1v1. Inspired has been quite proactive, has had some pretty good pathing, I think. You know, wrapping around vision, being able to anticipate where those wards could be. And he's going to try to attack mid once more, potentially. Or at least get down some wards, but they're going to move now. They have Realm Warp. They could look for a 3-man play here.
Oh, yeah.
Onto Bwipo.
Well, Bwipo's going to try to get out, but the Realm Warp's already coming in. Oh. Inspired doesn't take it. Bwipo going to knock Jojo back into the turret. He'll try to walk this one off, but I don't think the big man's going anywhere. Impact picks up another one. As bottom side, it's Team Liquid making a return play, and the kill comes through for CoreJJ.
Yeah, Core with no flash. I'm going to assume that he actually, you know, flash and then knocked in Vulcan, just based off kind of the positioning there. We'll have to see in the replay, but a nice move towards topside. What that ultimate from Bwipo does get is it actually denies the kill or assist going over to Jojo. So you're denying some gold from the Ryze, which would be that main person they really do want to get it on. But great job by Inspired up towards topside a couple times here. Bjergsen now going to pick up the end of the wave, and then you just move Bwipo over towards mid to catch that wave. You push this out, and then you can swap it back, you know, after another wave or two, just trying to maximize that farm.
Vulcan's coming down to see if he can stop
got
this
no
Drake
spike.
take.
Oh,
It just now came up. Yeah, exactly. He was waiting like 1 or 2 more seconds on it. So Santorin didn't have any issues with that one. Of course, you can just take the Heartbreaker over the wall. Vulcan can't stop that one with CC. So first Drake, not quite as slow as game number 1, about 1.5 minutes faster here, but still not anything that would resemble a Soul Rush.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, again, TL are just kind of in their comfort zone. It's EG, I think, that still have pressure on them to make things happen, and it's EG that are behind early. So Core likely just flash, knock him up, and then just kind of knock him into the team. And it's exactly what happened. He had the trample prep for the stun, so flashes in, Q knock up, land the stun, get behind him, headbutt him back into the team. Danny trying to provide a little bit of covering fire there with the ulti, but just a nice play from Core, punishing Vulcan, who was posturing pretty aggressively there.
Yeah. I mean, you want to play aggressively as a Leona, right?
Yeah.
You want to be able to threaten your opponent to not want to walk forward, but then Santorin shows up, and if you're not ready for it...
It's tough, right? It's easy to say, well, you got to play aggressive against TL because they have a scaling comp, and that is true, but the problem is TL are no slouches in lane. These guys are going to punish you if you misstep. They have their tools to be able to get that done. But if you're bot lane and you're looking at this, you drafted common MF, you're looking to get pressure early, you're feeling a little bit of that onus to make something happen as Vulcan, knowing top lane got solo killed, mid lane is down in farm off of some of these roams and good laning from Bjergsen, so there's some pressure to make things happen in this bottom side, but EG just haven't been able to get it done.
Evil Geniuses, they are up in gold at least right now, so they got that going for them. The laning phase not feeling too bad. Impact already has his Immortal Shield Bow completed. That is your first big item completed on any champion throughout the whole game. Both of those kills going to him does a lot towards working for that. Immortal Shield Bow, of course, going to be the best option against very powerful bursts, so something like Viego trying to knock him down, Gragas burst him, anything like that.
Look at all these TL members here. I'm not sure that EG realizes Core is here as well.
Oh,
they don't.
No, this is bad news. Bears for Jojopyun. He gets away. Inspired's coming in to try to help. Vulcan going to continue the chase now. Realm Warp's going to bring Impact into the fray. And is it Team Liquid that went a little bit too far? Killing spree over to Impact. Santorin and Bjergsen back on out. Inspired is low, and Bjergsen's going to make it a 1-for-1. Bwipo, can he find anything here? No, not going to look for it. Play is already over, but that was a spicy one.
Yeah, back and forth skirmish there. EG didn't realize Core was in the brush, I think, so they were trying to bait out a 2v2. Ends up being the extra man, but then Jojo kiting up towards Impact and Realm warping in his top laner was really big for them to be able to get a kill back here. Hans trying to look for the setup onto Danny. Nice little bit of poke, as you can see. Now that Q-Max does do a lot of damage. If you can connect with that, you get the pull through with the lethality. It is a lot of pressure here early on.
Top side, once again, back to the constant trading between these guys. Low mana for both of them, so it's not like anybody has enough in the tank to go for a full 90% to 0 type of kill. Bwipo's just going to back on away from here. You can see he's got his tier charged up about halfway. The same can be said for Hans. Danny a little bit further behind. It takes a little longer for Misfortune to charge him because she doesn't have something that's as easily spammable to get the cooldown on the tier constantly. But let's see if Inspired can find any sort of a play to make up here. He does walk over a ward. And yeah, I mean, they could just drop that there if they want to. Bwipo can't do much about it, but it's looking like they're saying, no, you know what? Impact is comfortable in this lane. He's fine keeping this going on a little bit further. Let's use Herald somewhere else.
Yeah, they can go mid and try to get that gold in JoJo's pockets, but you've got to drop it somewhere here pretty soon because it is 13 minutes in. Plates are going to fall at 14, so it is just going to be drop mid. They're going to group around mid, try to get this shove. But they've got to have enough members here to guarantee that they do get that charge in. They have 3 members here, but TL are 3 members strong to defend.
CoreJJ going in, wants to start off the fight, but it's not going too well. Core getting punished for that audacious engage. Evil Geniuses take him down.
Nicely done, EG. TL getting confident there. Thought they could win out in the 3v3. They want to try to go in, make sure that EG can't push in for those additional plates, but they get the charge off. They get a kill as well. Impact. Does he have his E? Oh, it didn't knock him back because he's against the wall, so he should be able to E over. He should be fine.
All right.
Nice positioning from Impact. Hugging the bottom wall there. Made it so Bwipo couldn't really find the angle to actually knock him away. That's what he was trying to do.
Well, now that Impact has survived that one, that means that Team Liquid doesn't have a counter punch at all for what happened there in mid lane. CoreJJ trying to make that play and getting punished for it. Turret plates are just now falling, and the state of the game as the early game closes is nearly a 1,000 gold lead for EG.
And things are looking a lot better for EG in this one. I still think, if you're TL, you're feeling pretty comfortable, but It was looking like it was going to go really bad after that solo kill up on the top side, but Inspired, deserving of so much credit, has been very proactive in the early game. Part of all 4 of their kills, gets up to the top side, gets Impact back into the game. And he's the beneficiary of a lot of those plays because he's picking up all of the kills. He gets a lot of plate gold as well. So now he can really kind of function, as this pressure valve, as this person who's pushing in and constantly forcing people to respond to him while Jojo farms up. He can get out to the side lanes here pretty soon.
And with no turrets taken down before the plates, now we're going to start to see those fall as well. Invade coming through from Evil Geniuses. The Realm Orb's going to bring him over the wall, but CoreJJ goes back the other way. He's still locked down, and it's beef for dinner. EG's eating good.
Special delivery. Core goes down again as the Realm Orb coming in, taking him out.
Top side, Bwipo again. Just trading into Impact here, constantly trying to put the pressure on the Graves. Santorin's coming up. Bwipo continuing moving forward, almost has the ulti ready. The cooldown's not quite there. Impact trying to get himself away and outplay underneath the tier 1. Santorin's taken low, but it's only Impact who falls.
Yeah, but Vulcan roaming up there just a little bit too late. They're trying to look for a wraparound here on Hans, but he does have Cleanse Flash and ulti. It's a tough one to make happen.
Nice kick coming up from Inspired. All right, Hans dropping the ulti there, flashes away, bullet time. Not enough time inside that AoE, so Hans can walk it off. It does cost the ult, it does cost the flash. Cleanse is still there. I like the attempt from EG. This is not a team that was broken or demoralized by that game 1. They seem ready to go here with the changes in game 2.
Inspired is having an incredible game, I think. All things considered, he has been looking so good in game number 2. He has been their hope. All 5 assists to his name, forcing out the flash, forcing out the ult there. Hans didn't want to commit the ult early. I think thought he would be safe, but as he realizes the position, he ends up having to use that plus the flash.
Yep.
And now EG threatening a wraparound here, so TL will be giving up this top lane tower. No one to respond to that. They'll grab their second Herald. TL will try to push in on bot side and make a response there. As you can see, on the map, we're seeing Graves get pushed out. Trying to kind of shove him off this tower as Bwipo looks to push in. But they do take that top tier 1, and we'll see how much TL can get back as a response.
This is the entirety of Team Liquid in the bottom side jungle of EG. There is no way for Impact to try to fight this. He fires off the ulti, just seeing if maybe he can stop the blue steal, but it doesn't work. It's still handed over to Bjergsen. And now Team Liquid is going to continue putting the pressure on down here, keep the wave shoved up. Bjergsen will poke at Impact however he can, but it's Jojo up in the top side doing the same thing to the tier 2.
Exactly. Jojo never stopped pushing, so it's actually really good. And you look at the tier 1 mid, that's one auto. That can just be knocked down easy peasy. You can just walk up and backdoor auto that a couple times.
Go slap it.
He's a little bit nervous. If you do that and someone's there and stuns you, then you start to look pretty stupid. So,
I would have slapped that turret.
I would have too, but we also both would have died probably.
Yeah, that's true. We definitely both would have died. There's a reason these guys are the pros.
We would have died together. To Valhalla. We'll see if they can push up though. Looking to try to knock that down. And they still have Herald. So, if you can take down mid tier 1 naturally, use Herald bot, you get all of those outers down. That would be really nice to get some more gold in their pockets to try to set up the fight for this next dragon. EG laying a trap here in Tri-Brush.
Backing away though, as with the Hollowed Mist creeping through the wall, you know that TL is ready to go, but you don't know how many of them specifically are right around the corner. EG did not want to potentially throw that with a random battle in the Tri-Brush. Impact's going to pick up some of the honey fruits. Getting caught here by Santorin, dashes out over the wall. He'll be just fine. Drake count 1-1 with the next one spawning in about 2 minutes. Still a 1,500 gold lead for the side of EG, but Team Liquid continues their pressure in the bottom side of the EG jungle. Impact trying to get away from the turret in time. Santorin on the chase looking for the Spectral Maul, and he's found it. Impact still trying to get out of there. Immortal Shield Bow does everything it can, but Impact still falls. Vulcan, what are you doing? You shouldn't have been there!
Yeah, he's gonna get punished, but EG making a counterplay around mid lane. They're trying to knock down the tower. Can he kick him in?
They got it, and they get the kill. Hans tries to burst down Inspired, but he barely misses out thanks to the Gore Drinker heal.
And they got the tier 2 top. They get the tier 1 mid. They get the kill on Hans. Actually a really good counterpunch for EG. They will lose this tower. Impact feeling a little bit too confident there. Thought he could actually clear out the wave with his ulti, with his Q. But TL were ready to go. They do punish. And overall, we'll come out ahead in this, slowly chipping away at that gold lead. But EG looking a lot better here in this second game. An interesting adaptation here from Bwipo. With Grasp and the early armor, I just assumed we were getting full tank. He just goes Warden's Veil into Everfrost, and it will likely be back now for more armor towards Frozen Heart. So he's going to be high on CDR, high on the lockdown here. As we watch this one more time, the ulti Q gets dropped. He has no flash though, and Vulcan's just trying to come in, see if he can actually peel. But going in a little bit too late there. The impact was already falling down as he Zenith played. That's what you want to bail out of, but he was hoping, I think, that he could get in, try to peel it out. We can see how this one actually shook down as Inspired wraps around. He's just trying to get the back door. He finishes off the tower. He has the Q in, waits it out, gets the kick, then the Q to follow it up with the Gore Drinker heal. Really nicely played there. As Vulcan having a little bit of a laugh, no one maybe, oops, my bad.
I liked it up through the solar flare. It was after the solar flare that wasn't the best. But hey, sometimes that happens. EG is still enjoying their gold lead. That gold lead is going to get even further now that they have taken the bottom lane tier 1. They might just find a kill on the Santorin now. Inspired just kicks him upside the head.
It's looking like a different team here. And now the wraparound here, EG have been relentless. Even dropping the ward for a potential TP, but they're not going to make the call to go for that TP coming in here. Bwipo trying to clear this out. EG just focusing down the tower. They're going to get this turret, and they're getting the red buff, and they're going to get the dragon as well off the back of this while they push in mid for that tier 2. EG are everywhere in game 2, playing with so much confidence now that they have the tools to engage.
This is so different from our first game. EG must have just been warming up in that first battle because now they have 5 turrets compared to only the 2 of Team Liquid. It was that top lane tier 1 finally being taken down as EG grabbed the tier 2 here in bottom. EG's up nearly 3,000 gold. Inspired is soloing down the Drake while the rest of the team hangs out in this southern river brush near mid, just making sure nobody from TL is going to wander over. So they're going to have Drake lead, they're going to have gold lead, they're going to have tower lead. EG feels good right now,
Yeah, they are looking strong, but TL still have their skilling in the back pocket. You know, they still have the ability to go late, to look for 5v5. So it's up to EG to not slow down. Continue playing with confidence, play through sides, establish vision, look for these picks. They've just kind of been roaming around. You know, Jojo has that spidey sense tingling, not seeing anyone on the map. The only one they see on the map right now are the solo laners, so you've got to wonder, where's the support, where's the jungler? And Jojo plays it calm, will be able to avoid death there and pick up the wave.
Yeah, I mean, just watching Viktor casually stroll through the minion wave and shoot lasers and stuff, it's like, why are you walking so aggressively? Why are you walking around like
for a stroll?
Yeah,
nothing
you know,
to see here.
Stretch the legs a little bit. Definitely couldn't be the goon squad waiting in the brush, ready to jump anybody that goes near.
Never a fair fight. That's one of the first things you learn in League of Legends.
Yep, anything that looks too good to be true often is in a game of League of Legends. Now Inspire's gonna fire off that Scryer's Bloom, ain't gonna get a whole lot out of it. Santorin now might get himself caught here.
That was nice. How you kind of dance around the edge of the mist there?
Yeah, that was really nice. And CoreJJ's coming in to make a play, but the rest of the team can't follow up in time. Core's gonna be killed first, but EG is shredded. They immediately lose 2 in respawn. And with Team Liquid finding that pick, they're right over to the Baron. And EG's lead starts to vanish.
They're TPing in though. They want to try to contest this. Danny's still pretty healthy, has heal. Impact is here, so they're gonna have to pull off, but they're looking to chase down Danny. Can Bwipo find the angle here?
Okay, Team Liquid, nicely done there, grabbing a couple picks. Scary situation for EG. If that turns into a Baron, all of a sudden, this game is entirely different.
Absolutely, and Core, it looked like, was the one to start that out, finding the big engage over the wall there. It's been such a critical part of TL's success ever since joining them, has become one of the most prolific players in the league. You know, really known for his work ethic, for trying to boost up, you know, not only his teammates, but the region as a whole. And Core find the angle. They have the ward on Try, so he goes into the pit and finds the angle here as Santorin's dancing back. They all group up as they want to retreat through Try. Hans shows, Bwipo shows, right over the wall, 3-man knock-up. It's a good ulti from Danny to kind of zone them out and buy time, but no one is really getting connected onto that. Bwipo following up as well, body slam flash, ults 3. Danny flashing back into the Baron pit was smart though, gets out. You see a little fist bump there from Core. He knows that was big for them and their chances in this game, but Inspired now starting up this Baron. TL trying to get over here to stop it.
EG daring Team Liquid to come near them. The bullet time over the wall
TP.
forces the retreat, and now Team Liquid's looking to strike back. It's Bwipo soaking the damage. It's Bwipo already down. Santorin dead next. EG, they'll get 2. They lose Vulcan, but they've killed the enemy jungler, so they're right back onto the Baron.
They lost Vulcan, so the turn is not that strong here. Can EG actually pull it off? TL looking to go in this 3v4. They want to try to stop them. EG just want to finish Baron with Smite.
CoreJJ has no ulti. If he goes in, he's not getting out. Bjergsen and Hans Sama have plenty of damage to follow it up, but the timing's got to be right.
Low.
EG is losing a lot of health as they're trying to take this down. They won't be able to complete it. Inspired needs to get out over the wall. He goes for the Sonic Wave. There's not going to be a resonating strike. The Baron's down to 3K.
He had an early
Core goes
smite.
in. Danny's on a killing spree.
There's no smite,
the early
though.
smite had to be used. Inspired goes back over the wall. The Baron's at 2,000. It is a 1-for-1 trade and no Baron.
On a knife's edge is this game. TL holding them off in the 3v4. EG, they wanted to try to push TL out, but TL, no, you are without your support. You don't have a really good turn here. And if you overcommit, you'll get burst down. Bjergsen stepping forward, poking them away with those lasers. Core goes in to stop the rush of the Baron. They knew they could force out this early smite. Once that had been down, there's not really a lot here that Inspired can do. He flashes out of the pit. Danny and Impact just kind of skirmishing back and forth, but TL got the job done. They get a kill. They stop the Baron. That was so close to swinging this massively in EG's favor off of the earlier Santorin pick.
Game number 2 is delivering.
This is hype.
Game number 2 is delivering. This is what I want to see out of playoffs. You can see we're seeing some powerful defensive itemization coming out now. Maw of Malmortius completed for Inspired. Guardian Angel on Santorin. Hourglass has been up for a while now on Bjergsen too. Everybody's getting ready. Bloodthirster for Impact. So 2 big lifesteal items now. Bwipo's over the wall, but he's on top of a ward. EG knows that Team Liquid would be looking for that angle. The mid lane tier 1 turret will finally fall. That is only the 3rd turret of the game taken by TL.
Yeah, and TL, they want to set up for the Dragon, but it's actually going to be a counter Baron here. They're going to try to pull them over. All 5 members of TL are coming to this. Will EG commit to it? They have the ability to turn, but this is so risky.
They're still doing damage. Impact can just lifesteal tank it with Bloodthirster and Immortal Shield Bow. Impact's lifesteal tank can just fine, not really feeling the hurt out of that one, but as Bjergsen starts firing lasers over the wall,
look at Ryze.
Impact's not going to feel so good. Impact finding a little bit of damage onto CoreJJ here. Jojopyun is on that left flank, but Team Liquid back away before he's really able to collapse. Bwipo's going to walk over and see the control ward placed down. Inspired is in the back of the pit, taking damage from Baron. They don't want to have him doing that for an extended period of time for no reason. Impact jumps right back in now, and again, he'll be soaking the aggro.
They don't see
two
Jojo!
lifesteal items! Jojopyun's ready to go, and Bjergsen survives with a nice use of the stasis. Santorin's at 200 HP. Inspired is forced back, but Impact finds an ulti to continue to pressure the health bars.
Realm Lord.
Inspired will zone Bwipo away. Vulcan looking for the Zenith
Back to
blade,
the
but
Baron.
won't find it, and right back to the Baron goes EG. Impact can tank this forever.
Ding, 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 round 2, fight! TL showing up. EG straight back to the Baron here. They pushed him back, but it's a TP coming in. I think at some point EG are going to be forced to bail out here, but Inspired now potentially on the flank. Inspired does have his kick, and he's looking to wrap around here. Remember, Bjergsen has no Zonias and no flash.
Han still has an ulti though, and now Team Liquid decided they want to go for the fight. Impact's going to be taken low. Vulcan's nearly killed. CoreJJ going to be focused by Evil Geniuses. Inspired jumps in. Danny goes on a rampage, and Inspired goes golden. EG gets 1 for nothing, and everybody else is so low, they have earned their prize.
They're gonna get it. These Mad Lads would not give up on the Baron. EG fighting their way out of this situation. TL will grab a dragon, but oh my god, the tension has been 5 minutes straight of Baron fights.
You can have that dirty old Cloud Drake. They don't want it. They want Baron, man. Evil Geniuses in what can only be a beautiful waltz of a Baron dance back and forth will succeed in a way that it did not look like they could in game number 1. They are reinvigorated in game 2.
This is what you need to see. You need to commit to your game plan, play with confidence, draft engage. They have done that. And again, you know, this is one of those situations where this could have even potentially gone worse. Look how far back Bjergsen is playing, knowing that he has no flash. The Q there missed from Inspired, or it could have been an absolute disaster if he actually gets in, you know, finds that kick onto Xayah, because Xayah had no ulti. But then the second one does connect into the middle, popping the stasis there to immune any sort of a feather caller there. The pullback, try to not get burst down. But Jojo, in the earlier skirmish, that flank was so critical. When he pops out of the brush on top of Bjergsen, that really is what forced TL to start playing more defensive. Because after that, Bjergsen had to play so far back with no Zhonya's, no flash. And it forced TL to really show the respect that allowed EG to grind them out. But now potentially a wraparound here will be okay.
All right, he's all right. Santorin jumping in there. There's no other
one's on
follow-up,
Jojo, though.
really.
Look at top.
All right, Jojo's putting the pressure on top, but down here in bottom, the engage comes out, and Vulcan looks for Bwipo. He's not tanky enough to survive a 12 gauge to the face, and Impact gets him.
It's all starting to fall apart a little bit here. You get a pick on that bottom side. That's your weak side. 4 members bot there. You know, you're worried about that 5v4, but Hans went mid to push out, so they knew it was going to be a 4v4. They look to engage. They kill off Bwipo. Up on top side, Jojo just keeps on pushing and is able to get some damage down on that tower, shove that in. They get an inhibitor through bot so they can actually just get back out on the map here, try to play through 2 lanes, play through mid, play through top. There's still a full minute left on that Baron buff.
EG is in such a powerful position. They just need to close this cleanly now.
Yeah.
No silly mistakes, no excessive aggro, no random yeeting the game away for no reason. As long as EG can stay cool and play this out like they have for the first 30 minutes, they've got this.
If you do not eat, you can't compete.
Exactly. If it's a rhyme, it has to work, right? Mid lane, CoreJJ, he's getting caught out yet again. Ulti's gonna keep him alive for now. Inspired tries to jump in there, nearly kills him off. Close isn't enough, but they take the tier 2 turret.
But look at the waves. The supers are coming in bot. They're crashing mid and top. They're trying to do it all at the same time. 3 waves of pressure as people start to answer the supers through bot, which are going to get Baron up by Inspired. It's going to get very, very difficult. We'll see if EG can make anything happen on this mid wave. This will be their last wave of Baron pressure. Inspired threatening the wraparound here is behind Hans, but I don't think EG are in a position to really dive, so they'll take a little bit of damage by their Nexus, you know, maybe from that super minion, but I don't think EG can actually crack any more towers.
I love the fact that they used every last second of the Baron buff, though. Evil geniuses were not willing to let any of that go to waste. Sometimes teams will back off with 30 seconds left or something, but not EG. Jojo having a flash out there. That cast definitely would have hurt a lot more if it knocked him back into the turret. Would have put the brakes on their war machine, but the mid lane tier 3 turret and the top lane tier 3 turret are barely hanging on. Bottom Nexus turret's half dead because of that super minion pressure you already mentioned. Impact is unafraid, staring
Jojo
4 dudes down in the mid lane. He don't care.
They just
now you got
going.
the tier 3 down. Evil geniuses continuing the pressure. Impact getting away from Santorin, whose Viego is only a shadow of what it was in game number 1. There comes bullet time. Santorin stays alive with a stasis, but for how long? He's dead. Inspired, being damaged now by the Chaos Storm, but he won't be taken down. All 3 inhibitors collapse for Team Liquid, and EG looks for more. They've got themselves a 5v3. They've got themselves a Nexus turret. Impact's gonna be headbutted back into the fountain, but he escapes the laser with a flash. Bjergsen's got nowhere to go but the back of a hearse. Bwipo's gonna fall next. They're just gonna clean everybody up. Ladies and gentlemen, we got ourselves a series. EG take game 2.
What a performance from EG, bouncing back after a brutal game 1. Inspired was everywhere in that game. Such a good performance out of the EG jungler. Getting Impact back into the game after that rough early start, gets solo killed, Inspired multiple trips up towards top lane. Really, really efficient with his ganks, finding so much success across the map. And EG, with Vulcan playing engaged, just looked like a completely different beast, able 100%. To pick the fights that they wanted. They were so much more confident moving around the map. They were so much more aggressive, knowing that they could punish anyone from TL who was separated from the rest of the team. and even the confidence that they had around the Baron to actually know that they could continue just lifesteal taking that with their Graves. Their Graves is playing Shieldbow plus BT. You have the build to just infinitely tank the Baron, and they just kept going back to it, knowing that they were whittling down TL's resources until they could finally secure it, and they basically ended the game with that Baron, even though the Baron buff expired. Like, they just never faced. They just kept going.
Right, they just kept going. That's what I was saying. You know, oftentimes we'll see teams that have a Baron. Oh, there's 20 or 30 seconds left. Okay, let's go ahead, reset, shop up. EG, that Baron was like a ketchup packet, and they squeezed the life out of that thing. Every last drop of ketchup and Team Liquid blood stained Summoner's Rift as Evil Geniuses just roared to life.
Yeah.
I mean, game number one, it looked like they couldn't even move. They never had answers. They never had an approach. They never had a proactive thing they could do. And then here in game number two, they were just like, yeah, you know what? We screwed up. Game number one, that sucked. Here's how we can actually play. And it was awesome.
It was awesome. And while I'm such a Graves top hater, I mean, Impact did get a lot done.
He made it work.
He did make it work. You know, he got some help from his team, you know, got into a position where he was very comfortable, and he kind of was that pressure for the squad. It's starting to feel like Red Side might end up being really, really important in this series.
That is indeed something to keep track of. Evil Genius is back.